the shop was in Jamestown. Came into the Jamestown shop, and then, of course, when it shut down, all that got moved to the new shop. And as I understand it, it was a tax write-off was the reason it was done. It was a way to cheat Uncle Sam out of some money. If companies would be more, shall I say, honest, although I'm assuming it was legal, but it was fuzzy legal, would pay their share is what I'm saying, instead of making these huge, now small companies don't usually make huge, but these big companies make huge profits. And like when we just gave them a big tax break, and it was touted that 52,000 jobs were created, but it was failed to mention that 26,000 of those jobs went overseas with our tax money that we gave companies to get on their feet again and so forth, as an incentive, rather. Half those jobs went out of the country with our tax money.
And they keep the profits, too,
out
of our country.
Absolutely.
They have banks all over the Bahamas.
And can't there be a way that we can say, if you're going to take the money, the jobs have to be here? I mean, what a loophole. And we haven't fixed it.
I think Fred could probably do that right through the county legislature.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking here, and I don't know if there really is a way to do that, but I can assure you that
why couldn't we say you get this money only if you keep the jobs in the United States?
Well, that would be more of a federal issue to me. But I do know that we work with people. I do know that our IDA meets with people, and they bring jobs here. And but I don't know as you can actually. If you're going to commit to a long-term lease, that to me would be the way to commit these people there. But I'm not familiar with any program that forces these people to stay there. These big corporations, I think you're referencing, it's just.
Well, I am just incensed that my money is being used.
As I would be.
To give jobs to people that do not live in my country.
Yep.
I'm incensed at it, especially since the job. I know men that live in this county who have, most of them are my age or a little bit younger, in their 50s, let's say, and have lost their jobs due to the economy. Their unemployment is running out. They have no choice but to go on welfare, and yet everybody is yelling and screaming about welfare and all this thing. What other choice do you have if there are no jobs?
Well, there are jobs out there, and I think that the person like myself or the person that's unemployed, if you change professions, somewhere along the line you have to go out and you have to start with that job that's out there and it's available. And
well, I'm here to tell you that there are not enough jobs available to fill the amount of people looking for jobs.
Well, miss, you could always tie grapes. There's usually quite a few tying grape jobs.
Absolutely not anymore.
No.
And I would also recommend going back and getting some retraining. As I look through the jobs in the papers, there are some out there that I'm fully qualified for. There are some, if you're younger, you may go back and you may get retrained. And
well, I'm specifically, this is a senior report, referring to the men that are in their mid-50s. But they still have to live between now and their retirement time.
I understand that. But
and they have no jobs, and they've been looking for jobs, and there's just nothing available that would support them at all.
Well, there are jobs out there. I realize they're minimum wage, but on the other hand, they got to start somewhere. Get your name out there, get your face out there, and work up from there. And I sympathize with you, but that's my only answer that I can give you.
It's not me.
Well, madam, I noticed there's a sign out in front of McDonald's. They're looking for people.
Yeah, I mean, take what's out there.
You could flip
now,
hamburgers.
let me see. That's minimum wage, part-time, and you have a family of, let's say, 4 at home and a mortgage and a whole bunch of things. Are you going to tell me that?
Well, they pay up to $10,000 a year on part-time, so that's a lot of money.
Oh yeah, right. Try living on it.
Well, I understand that, but I'm being honest with you.
Well, I just have a problem with attitude about welfare. I understand there's welfare cheats, but a lot of the people on welfare are there because of economic times and so forth, and I don't think that we ought to be trying to balance the budget on the backs of the people that are already down and out, and have a lot of them worked their entire adult lives until this horrible recession, depression hit, and now all of a sudden we're not there for them when they've been there for our country for all these years.
There may be some of them, I'm not going to argue with that, but there's some that could get back and retrain too.
Yeah, and a lot of these people, ma'am, are returning veterans who really have no jobs, and they're looking desperately. Well, thank you for your call, and send me a stamped envelope. I'll give you $5 off twice at the beautiful little restaurant at the foot of the hill. You know where it is. It's
yes, I do, and it's absolutely the Lakeview, and it's delicious.
Well, they also have another restaurant. I'm trying to think of it. It's
The Docks.
Docks, right?
Correct.
And their food is I've been there, and their food is several times, and their food is real. I really have enjoyed it.
Yes, and the price is right, I might add. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Yeah, she brings up the same thing that I guess I mentioned, that we tend to scapegoat the poor and the down and the out, because they don't work and they're getting money, which is our tax money. But in some cases, they have it coming. I'd say most cases.
Well, they do, and we'll give a helping hand to anyone.
Yeah, you got to give a
keep
handout.
giving a handout after handout after handout. There's some of them, and
yeah, well, there are some 3-generation, 4-generation welfare recipients. Not so much in Chautauqua County. We tend to get on that.
Well,
but down in the New York area, it's rampant.
Yep.
Rampant.
Yep. Well, and we want to touch on Maple Weekend before the time runs out too.
Yeah, maple syrup.
And
Fred, how much do you make a year?
Well, we try to make a couple $100 gallon.
Wow, that's a bundle. Where do you get all the trees?
Well, we have trees. We have some Amish fellows that have trees. We have our own trees. But I think the point of bringing this up is not to advertise my maple syrup.
Maple syrup. Well,
but
we
it's
can,
Maple
you
Weekend.
Can advertise it.
Yeah, there's 110. But anyways, we have 110 producers in New York State that are opening their sugar houses up and facilities to Maple Weekend. 2 of which are in Chautauqua County. Now they're serving pancakes.
That must be Gail Black.
Well, now Gail Black may have participated, but
she has pancakes every Sunday over there.
You're exactly right, and so do Red Lucky's in Sherman, and Harrington's have syrup. I have syrup.
Yeah.
But we are celebrating in Chautauqua County with 2 producers, and they're opening their sugar houses up. One of them is Big Tree Maple in Lakewood. You can call me on my home phone, and I'll give you directions. They're having pancakes, and the sugar house is open today from 10 to 4. As it will be next weekend. And
Do they give free samples?
They give free samples.
Hey.
They also have pancake breakfast. I know they do that. The other place is over by Forestville, Fairbanks Farms. They're also giving horse rides. Here again, 10 to 4 today, tomorrow, and next Saturday and Sunday. And they're also serving pancake breakfast. I think their breakfast right now is $6 for adults and $3 for kids. But I think Gail Black or myself or Harrington's, we'll all have our turn if we want to open our sugar houses to this Maple Weekend. But it lets you tell you how important this facet of agriculture is in Chautauqua County. And so that was the reason for bringing the syrup. I do make that syrup. I have, like every other producer, we generally over the year sell out of our maple syrup. But I tell you, it's been a great week. We've had one of our best runs this week. And my body is sore. I'm getting older like you are. My knees hurt last night and my back hurt, and it's just great to take a day off. But we're having one of the best years that we've had in several years.
How do you fire the furnaces? What do you use?
Well, we use wood. We use dry wood, but we can go into more detail, but I know time's getting short, but these people have reversed osmosis machines.
Now, what is that?
Well, that takes the sap comes out of a tree usually around 2%.
2% of the maple syrup is in that
and you've got
water.
to take, and you've got to take about 45 to 50 gallons of sap to make a gallon of syrup. But this RO machine has membranes in it that extracts the water and leaves the sugar content. So you can make that sugar content, I believe, from 8 to 10%. So that takes a lot of the boiling time away. What that does, it reduces the amount of energy you need. So there are many producers, a lot, that fire with fuel oil.
Well, now, when I was younger, I remember paying $5 a gallon for maple syrup, and I preferred the B grade because it had more flavor. It was beautiful.
You're right. That syrup right there is some of the first that we made, but it doesn't have the maple taste that the medium amber does.
Later. Tell me, what do you pay a gallon now?
Well,
roughly, just give me a ballpark.
We're pricing our syrup right now at $44 a gallon. You can buy syrup for $35, you can buy syrup for $40. But the point is, last year in the drum, I was short on syrup. I paid $37 a gallon in the drum for maple syrup. The gallon container, I bought some yesterday.
Now, what's a drum?
It's a drum of syrup is about $30, because a lot of these producers don't retail their syrup. They make it and they put it through a filter press and they put it in a drum. Now, John Wiggers and Sons in North Clymer are a major purchaser of syrup. In other words, you take all these drums of syrup. In my case, I'll take some of my darker syrup down and sell it. They buy it. They have a weekend, and all these producers from Pennsylvania and New York State go there with their syrup in these drums.
But so these 50-gallon drums? Or?
These are 30-gallon drums.
30-gallon drums.
30-gallon drums. Yeah, okay. So they're pretty heavy. Yeah. But last year I paid $37 a gallon in the drum.
And sold it for a little more than that.
Well, then I paid $3.10 for the gallon jug. So you can see that I had $40 in that. But I will tell people, last year was a great year for the price of syrup. I only hope it stays that way this year. But that's a dilemma we're in. If you people can go buy syrup for $40 a gallon, good, because last year you were foolish not to put it in the drum and sell it for that. So that's the whole point. That's agriculture. And but Maple Weekend is this weekend. I know 2 places. So I encourage people to go there. And I'm assuring Gail Black and Harrington's and myself go there, see how our product's made. By the same token, our sugar houses are open to the public. The reason I don't do that is because I make syrup with 2 other Amish guys. And we can give horse rides on a Saturday, but they don't work on Sunday, and we respect that. So that's why I'm here promoting Maple Weekend for other people. I think we're done.
We're done?
Almost.
What is it?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Got 2 minutes to wrap up, yeah.
Well, I didn't hear the warning. Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay.
Got gross and
wrap it up. Just give us a date and time of the Maple.
Maple Weekend is this Saturday and Sunday at Big Tree Maple or Fairbanks in Forestville, and it's next weekend, 10 to 4, Saturday and Sunday. And call my home phone. I'll give you it if you really don't.
Give it to them, yeah.
Yeah. Call my home phone, 761-6645. If you want further instructions, I'll be happy to give them to you. It'll be a few minutes before I get back home, though. Thank you.
Okay. Fred Croscut, the Chautauqua County leader. He is the chairman of the legislature. Thank you very much for showing up, Fred, and giving up your Saturday morning.
Well, it's not a problem. I enjoy this because if people want to know, we hope to get this information out, and we want to be very transparent. And we'll be back another month or 2 with more information and more questions, I'm sure.
Okay. I want to thank everybody who called in. Sorry, last caller didn't get in, but Fred will be back in a month or so anyway, Fred, right?
Yep.
We'll find out what is happening over the legislature again. Chuck Kelsey, thank you for helping out here. Devin Taylor, Chris Burt, Chris Ramaker, Randy Burt, Roy Harvey, Jeff Zook, Don Zenz, and everybody out there. Thank you, thank you. We'll see you next week. Many great programs coming up. Always drop in every single Saturday, 9 to 10 o'clock. May all that is proud and true and noble abide with you. I'm Reed Powers.